Hi all, welcome to another video. Thanks very much for joining me. Today we're going to look at media queries, what they are and how to use them. We're not going to go too in depth, just want to get the basics out so you know what they are and how to use them. So in this simple example over on the right here, you can see that we've got a very simple layout, body with a nav bar and some anchor tags inside, laid out as you would expect. We're going to decrease the size, as you can see, of the screen, and when it reaches a breakpoint, which is the point on which it changes, if we go to 630 there, if we go to 631, it changes. So 630 is where it changes. 630 pixels wide. We get down to here, so you can see that we've stacked the menu, we've changed the background colour of the body, and that is about it, because this is just a short example of how to use them. So let's go over here, let's create an index.html. Of course it may be a very simple example, but it will give you the basis of how it's all done and how to carry on, because you'll see that it's very easy to add things. Let's go back to the index, let's do a tab, there we go. So as you can see, we've got the whole lot, so let's just stick a link in here, styles.css, save, and we can open that, live server, there we go. Let's close that down now. In here I'm just going to do a quick menu, so UL, what do I want? Li times 5, all with anchor tags, yeah. And let's stick our hashtags in the hrefs so they don't go anywhere. Let's say home, about, what was the next one? Services, gallery, I think, yeah. Oh dear me, come here. And contact. So there we go. So that's all the HTML we need, so we can leave that alone now. Let's go over to the style sheet and do the quick resets that we usually do. So that's 0 for the padding, margin 0, box sizing, border box, and for the font family I'm going to just use Verdana and those as backup. There you go. For the body I'm going to say background colour of #222 and text colour of #EEE. Then I'm going to go down, save that. I'll go down and say for all anchor tags I want the colour also to be EEE. There we go, and I don't want any text decoration either. There we go. So we've got our anchor tags, let's stick a hover on those. Hover, colour, orange, save, and there we go, very simple. Okay, so quite that simple there, because now we need to go back to the nav. We're going to say display, no, in fact just do a height of 100 pixels, and I'm going to give it a slightly different background colour of an RGB, which is going to be 56, 59, 59. There it is. So there's a height of 100 pixels, and let's just make sure and give it a width of 100%. There we go. So what's inside the nav is a UL. So let's do display flex. What's inside the UL is the list items. So we want them to go in a row, so we want them to be next to each other. So flex direction row. There they are. Let's justify content. In fact, let's not do that just yet. Let's give it a height, a width and a height. Width 100% and a height of 100% as well. And then we can say justify content center. That moves them all over to the center like that. So the li block is in the middle. You can probably hear my kids laughing upstairs. Yeah, so let's now go down to the list items. And let's say list style none. Removes the bullet marks. We want to say height also 100%, like so. So if we inspect this and let's go to list items, you'll see that they're 100% height. The text is still at the top because that's an anchor tag within the list item. It's a separate element there, look, see? So let's go back to our anchor tags and say, in fact, let's go to the top of here. Display flex, align item center, justify content center, like that. We haven't actually given a height, so let's do that. Height 100%. We don't need to give it a width because we're going to give it some padding, so there we go. So let's do that actually. Padding 0 top and bottom, 30 left and right. And there we have it. So as soon as you hit anywhere around it, that button is activated. Right, and we've got the hover effect. So basically, we're done there. So if you are well, in fact Chrome and Firefox have these tools, but in Firefox if you go to tools, browser tools, and go to responsive design mode, then over here you can pick loads of different devices you can fit to. So if we pick a Galaxy S20, that's the width of the screen in a Galaxy S20. And you can tailor this to your heart's content, but I think it's probably best to get down to a min width. So if you get to somewhere around here, and say right, anything smaller than this, then I'm going to stack it. Then you should be covered for the rest of the smaller screens, which is what we're going to do here. So let's see how we do this. Media queries, we start with an at media. I'm going to put screen because that's what I'm targeting, and max width 630 pixels, like so. So the first thing we've done here is put in our max width. This is going to tell us all the rules under here are going to apply until we reach a max width of 630 pixels, in which case the default up here is going to take over. So at the moment we're above 360 because we're at 360. If we put actually let's do something in here first. That might be helpful. Let's target the body and say background color, and let's do no, let's not do that, it's a bit bright. Let's do that one. So if we go down to below 630, you can see that the background color changes, so it overrides this up here, and then when it's more than 630, this rule down here is ignored and this one is taken on. But these media queries need to be at the bottom. So if we took this and said, went to the top here, oops, and here, nothing happens, because this rule comes after this, overriding it. Even if this is set, then this is read after that, and it says right body this color. So let's Z out of that, save, and there you go. So media queries in general go at the bottom. So what else can we do here then? Okay, so the nav will say height auto min height 100 pixels. That's not really going to do much at the moment. You can see it does change, but not how we want it to. So what do we want to do? We want to go to the unordered list inside there and say width auto and flex direction. This is where the this is the key bit. Want to change it from row to column like that, and then there we go. But obviously that's all crammed up there. We don't want it like that, so we'll go to change the anchor tag, which has got the padding on it, if you remember. So let's override that and say 30 top and bottom and 0 left and right. Save, and there you go. So that is pretty much it for how to write in your media queries for a responsive website. You can obviously go in here, override anything, add anything. Usually it's you put a button up here, a toggle button, so you can open and close this menu. But just for an introduction to media queries, I think this is pretty much the simplest example I could find without just changing the background colour of the body. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Please do leave comments, subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.